Anybody got any more sauce we can add to this?
We already have a dish with dill in it. You knew that, right? Yes, chef. Never read ingredients. Move on.
Remember, he had that panic attack because he saw that dude's face. You know, even though it wasn't him, he saw that dude sitting over in the corner, just, you know, his own anxiety of that dude sitting over there to watch him fail.
What's going on, it's your boy Syntell with the Intel, and you can already see Rekkai is in the building. What's going on, champion?
Hello, Governor.
Hey, listen, I know it's been a while since I've seen some of y'all because this is Bear season, The Bear to be precise. This is season 3 after what is considered one of the more legendary series episodes of all time. Some people are considering a top 10 type of show. I have a hard time disagreeing with them. It is that good. So it's been a long time coming. So without any further ado, let's get started. Oh man, it's been so long. I wish I had watched the cool little recap, but we're gonna learn as we go.
I see. Okay, so from what I remember, we were at the, I guess, the opening for the Bear.
Uh-huh.
Is that freezer burn?
No, didn't he have a cut before from previous seasons from work? No, I don't know. I'm spitballing here.
I don't know. He might.
That looks fresh-ish.
Yeah, and that's just what I was saying, because, you know, whatever the amount of time that he was in that freezer, I mean, a little bit of damage depending on what he touched while he was in there.
Part 3. I'm wondering if this is going to be one of those series that they just keep going, or if they have a set amount of seasons and they're done. I'm hoping it is the latter. I hope they just don't keep writing just for the sake of writing. I wouldn't mind having some good closure and then, you know, moving on to another project. You know, they must have had a good night. They ain't even cleaned the night before. They just broke out that bad boy.
Yeah, that, you know, I'm sure the stress level is through the roof. And it didn't help with Carmy getting locked in the freezer and everyone had to adjust, you know.
Yeah. It's the attention to detail.
Tedious work.
Yeah, that's just incredible. So this real time he went back?
No. What?
Or is this what we're talking about? We're looking back in the past when he
I think we're looking back in the past.
The team, boy. It's like the A team of restaurants.
So tomorrow?
Call you tomorrow. Probably when I get there.
Okay. Got everything you need?
New York's got everything.
I think that's when he was leaving. As a lobby to a restaurant, that was pretty nice. Like, it was different.
So the score feels anxious almost a little bit, right? It's beautiful but anxious at the same time. Yeah. That's the dude that was giving them all the grief, huh? For the most part.
Anybody got any more sauce we can add to this?
We already have a dish with dill in it. You knew that, right? Yes, chef. Never read ingredients. Move on.
Remember, he had that panic attack because he saw that dude's face. You know, even though it wasn't him, he saw that dude sitting over in the corner, just, you know, his own anxiety of that dude sitting over there to watch him fail.
It's the same color tape.
Yeah, but is that because that's how most restaurants do it, or just because that dude did it?
I would go with the latter.
So we're seeing a lot of same faces, including love the cameo last season and the season by Olivia Colman.
Yeah.
And this dude right here.
Yeah.
Those blood oranges.
Like squeezing blood from a rock. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
It's good. Thank you, Chef.
It's such a different vibe he has when he's under the tutelage of another instructor.
Mm-hmm.
Wow. Oh.
That's a different type of attention to detail, especially when you are, a starred restaurant.
Mm-hmm.
You know,
It's the first time he smiled this whole episode. Go ahead.
you're right. Somebody was explaining to Sydney that in order to want to start, I think it was Carmy, you have to care about everything all the time. I'm starting needing a little bit of explanation of what is going on in certain places.
Yeah. Looks like what's the restaurant's personal farm?
But that's the way to do it to keep costs down.
Yeah, and you have to worry about, exactly what's going on in the produce.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe I'm never going to see you again.
Mm.
You're gonna see me again. 3 cuts on each side.
Exactly. 3 or 4 cuts.
We have a problem.
Mm.
Somehow your parents get in, mess you up.
Then you smell like food and sweat.
Cute.
Damn, word? Just straight up? Just straight up that, huh? I think that was his imagination.
Nah, I don't think so. You're not. Seeing as how where Carmy
Now
went.
that is less. Wow.
When he went away from here, I think that dude was threatened by Carmy. Because a lot of times, especially with people, they're just asses for no reason. But then when Carmy became, the best chef in the world or whatever, then that dude step up and try to take the credit for, he created Carmy of how hard he was on him and how he made him reach for excellence and never let him, suffer mediocrity.
But what happens when you introduce something that distracts you from the thing you're passionate about?
That's true. And it's one of those things is, can you...
It's never gonna happen again.
Carmy's such a good guy, but he is so screwed up. Like,
That speaks on behalf of a lot of us, though. I think we're all trying to be good people. Trying, at least.
And I love you. And I'm sorry. And I'll see you tomorrow. Okay.
yeah, because that fight between Carmy and Richie was epic.
It was brutal.
And it's crazy because Richie got upset about how he...
I actually tried reading that book.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, the Coach K book. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's okay. It's all right. I love how there's so much attention on the process.
The detail. Yeah.
The process and the beauty in the process.
It's amazing being in the kitchen making food with tweezers. Like,
You got this?
Yes, chef.
You sure?
Yes, chef.
Do you need me to finish it for you?
No, chef.
5 more seconds on these, always, chef.
Millimeters.
it's amazing.
Okay. But if you're not, and if it's too hard, if it's too much in New York, you can come home.
Hey.
Nah, he needs this. Yeah. I love that you pointed out that is a blood orange. That is so significant.
Just like the point that you made about getting blood from a rock.
Hey, I know tonight was really a lot.
She's calling Marcus.
Yeah, I think so.
I just hope you know that we're all here for you.
Yeah.
So sorry, Marcus.
Did his mom die?
I don't know. No, I don't think she's dead because he was still at the hospital.
Yeah, it just took a turn for the worse.
Yeah. I think it just got really bad.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, is that her hair clip?
Mm-hmm. Mm. So he hasn't called her at all. He called Richie.
Mm.
See the marbling on that meat?
That's that Wagyu beef, right?
Yeah, that's definitely Wagyu.
Yeah. I wonder if that's like the Hall of Fame kind of thing, right? For that restaurant.
The most creative, the best looking dishes.
Yeah.
What the hell is that?
Absolutely. Yeah.
Salt, pepper, fresh thyme. But very important is that you don't want smoke.
Salt, pepper, fresh thyme, but wrapped inside with
I
the
love
fish.
that. You hear the music of
Yeah.
the sizzling. What is that?
Should just take your time thinking about that. Yes, chef. It was way longer for that to process. You know that's going to be my dish then? Yes, chef.
Woo, man, I feel that frustration. I feel that.
Mm-hmm.
They're doing some interesting stuff with the audio again.
Mm-hmm. Who is Sugar? I was right, the sister. That's what she probably was calling him to tell him that.
Brother.
This is my father's house.
Oh, maybe
Marcus
she
is
did
laying in her
pass.
bed.
Yeah, she may have died.
And he wasn't there.
Confidence and competence, huh?
I was just wondering, did Carmy make it to the funeral?
Know yourself. Focus.
This is your brother's house. Remember? I was running it fine without you.
Why didn't he leave it to you then?
Let her rip, Bear.
That was one hell of an episode.
I love you.
What was Mikey's nickname?
I don't know.
She's Sugar. He's the bear. What was Mikey's nickname? Besides the Punisher.
The best of the Punishers at that, too.
Absolutely.
She put it in his pocket anyways, because that's what family does.
Yeah.
So each play was subtracting. No excuses.
Hope you had a famachi with blood orange. Enjoy.
Watch it be his old chef. Oh, okay. I was about to say.
Sydney.
Mm-hmm.
And that's why she wanted to
that was
work
the
with
first
him.
time she had his food, wasn't it? Yeah.
Yep. Look at her hair. She got a cold fro.
Mm-hmm.
Isn't it something how, the small things just are life-changing?
But that's why those rules that he puts up are so important, because you never know when that influence is your work is gonna influence somebody or change somebody.
Yeah. And the thing is, you want them to be changed for the positive, not negatively.
Yeah. If you're watching this on YouTube, you're gonna see a cut down version of our reaction because we're only allowed to show you a limited amount of picture-in-picture. But if you want to watch the whole thing with us uncut, uninterrupted, head over to our Patreon page at patreon.com/Syntell. Become a member of this channel. You'll get access to the full uncut reaction, but you will need your own Netflix, HBO Max, or Disney Plus subscription so you can open up each episode in an adjacent window to our reaction. We'll give you a little time with a small reference video at the bottom of the screen to help you sync up the footage. And it'll be like you're watching it with your favorite pals from the internet. That was a very artistically interesting episode. We don't have to worry too much about the bear having post-credit scenes. This isn't that style of show, but I'm going to check anyways. So we have coming off of a very interesting, creative show, The Bear. The first season felt like very much like a lot of like traditional storytelling with a little bit of pizzazz. Season 2, like really hit the gas when it comes to let's really get to know who these people are. And the artistry within season 2 caught up as well. I feel like each season felt a little bit like the restaurant a little bit. It was kind of raw in the little beginning. You got these raw ingredients. They didn't necessarily fit together. May not necessarily make the best plate. 2 was a little bit better. And in this one, it seems, at least as far as what I can tell from the very first episode, it's focusing a lot more on the process, the artistry of this beautiful thing that you do and the sacrifice that it takes in order to make it exceptional. How are you feeling so far about this start of season 3?
I do agree that this was an artistic, basically a walk back. It was a reflection. It was a throwback. So not so much a montage. It kind of explained how we got here, and the difference in seasons so far. Season 1, we had to understand why he came home and what brought him there, and then the whole dichotomy about the relationship between him and Mikey, and just their family in general. And then as along that way, we got to learn so much about each of the people who was part of Mikey's sphere and who made up the beef. In season 2, we got to expound and develop those characters even more, but we gave them a new goal. We mixed what Mikey was doing at the beef and Carmy's ambition, of being, the best chef in the world. And so we kind of flipped everything on its head to take this neighborhood establishment and turn it into a fine dining restaurant. It was a goal. But at the season's end of that, like, they succeeded, but we saw that they lost so much in that success.
Yeah.
So walking into season 3, I don't know. It's kind of like we're figuring out, where do we go from here? Unfortunately, as I root for Carmy, I love him as a lead, and Jeremy Allen White's like silent aggression, the way he plays this character, is just fantastic. But if there's ever been a character in need of therapy on TV, I don't know one that would be ahead of Carmy. I'm sure there are plenty. But I'm just saying, I'm not talking about like shows we watch like with hitmen and, gangsters. Just your everyday, everyman. He's a chef, he's a cook, and while we can't really relate to a fine dining type chef, because probably the crux of all of our experiences are at regular, ordinary, everyday. this dude has got so much going on, and it seems the one thing I can relate to with him on is, you know, having passion, but, you know, sometimes having that lack of focus and just lack of being in the moment. And, you know, and again, to what we were talking about earlier, how do you follow your dream, your passion? Even though your passion seems something that you're at war with, it almost seems like as much as he loves cooking, he hates the process, but he understands the process, what you got to go through to be great. And then doing things that make you become a better person. Just like the end of his relationship with, you know, his girlfriend is just, is off to a very somber, very sad start. And you pointed out earlier, even though it seemed a little anxious because it wanted to do something and wanted to pop, the soundtrack is just haunting.
Yeah.
Almost.
There's something I think is it's something interesting for me, from my own personal experience regarding the process of learning anything, right? When you get started, it's fun, it's exciting. You kind of don't really know everything or what it is that you're doing, but depending on who's with you on the journey can really determine how far you go. And what I took away from this is the introduction to the people that have influenced Carmy into becoming this master chef. And you see his very first teacher, very lighthearted, looked like very easy. He's like show by learning, you know, not a lot of pressure, not a lot of yelling. Just this is how it's kind of done. It's like we're doing just about the basics. And it's one of those things that when you get started with anything, like when you first get started, it's fun, it's exciting because it's new. But then, like clockwork, life, God finds a way to test your mettle, to be like, you're enjoying this thing, but now I'm gonna find out if you really, really like it. And we see that with his second teacher, jerk all the way around, can't get off his back. Perfectionist, asshole, whatever it is you want to call it. But even with all of those negative connotations that this teacher has, Carmy did learn from him. There's a very important lesson. I think the main lesson that he got from this particular teacher is that less is more. When you're young, you're just doing it all. I want to do this, I want to do that, all of it. The second teacher is like less is more if you want it to be good, and you have to kind of like strip away the things that don't matter. And then he gets this third teacher, Chef Terry, played by Olivia Colman, who is able to bring back the pieces that have been broken from that second lesson and then show you that you are worthy, right? You know, you are this person that is capable of doing this thing. So let's start you off kind of slow. And she was like, yo, have you ever been to Copenhagen? You know, we're going to get away from the full mad dash and just show you how to appreciate the little things. And he learns the little things when he becomes like a bit of more of a chef of pastries and those kind of things. And then until he gets his own restaurant or works a restaurant under his own tutelage, under his own expertise. And you can see him kind of like teaching as well. You know, that whole process of what it is to have a passion for something, to love it, to be tested by it, to fall back in love with it, you know, to devote yourself completely to the tiniest of things. And that's one of the things that they show in great detail in this particular episode, the smallest of things, in order to be great. And then once you get yourself in that mind space, think of great people, great individuals. I don't know, Da Vinci, Michael Jordan, Mike Tyson, Michael Jackson, you know, all the Mikes. You know, a lot of people that are in those positions have to sacrifice everything in order to achieve that level of greatness. And I think Carmy's kind of at that point as well. Like you can still do it at a high level, but are you going to love it as much because you can't devote yourself completely? And as a result of that, the people that surround you and love you are going to suffer as a result of it. He's very distant from the people that started the restaurant with him. I mean, somebody in his circle's family died and he couldn't even show up. He had to mourn from his car from a block away You know, what's that say about him being disconnected, not only from the things that he loves, or being disconnected from the people that help make him. You know, it's for me, this episode is going in an interesting direction of what to do with the aftermath of success. Reminds me of like Rocky 5. You know, Rocky damn near died in the ring fighting Drago. He literally put it all on the line, all of it. And then Rocky 5 starts up and you see him, his brain is skitzing out on him. He can't sleep. He's all contorted and stuff because of the battle. That's how this episode kind of feels like. They just got done fighting Drago. And what does this aftermath kind of look like? I know I talked way too long. Do you have any other thoughts before we get a little bit closer to closing this bad boy out about how you feeling?
Nah, you made a lot of excellent points. I didn't see Rocky 5. This particular episode reminded me of a movie called Whiplash.
Good call.
Miles Teller and J.K. Simmons, and it's like when you chase that passion, like his battle, like you said, with his second chef, with Joel McHale, it reminded me a lot of that movie, about when you have this passion, you have this talent, and other people can see it. But just in the effort, the way that people bring that talent out of you, I don't know, because it was such a difference between, Olivia Colman and Joel McHale, because the first chef was teaching the basics. This is how we do things. This is how you achieve excellence. But then he had, the drill sergeant, the one who, wakes up, when the rooster starts crowing in the morning, he probably wakes up with a Glock and shoots the rooster. Just that's an angry person. Yeah. But the difference to me, and what this is showing all of us too, is that how do you avoid becoming Joel McHale? That you've chased your passion, but because you had no other joy in your life, there was nothing there. And I'm not saying that he can or he can't have this relationship with his girlfriend, but Carmy can easily, and we've seen those anger fits from him, and then he has to stop and, all this, like he's got to, Sydney's got to bring him back to earth or whatever. It's just like, how do you avoid becoming that dude when you don't have any other joy in your life, especially to balance this love-hate thing that you have with cooking and this restaurant and the stress that dealing with other people, even as much as they love it.
Yeah.
Because it says something that he's got pretty much the original crew that were at the Beef, the ordinary everyday restaurant that was ran by his brother, but they believed in that so much that they have bought into this new passion of Carmy's, and they are along for the ride to be able to inspire other people to rise the occasion. I mean, look what he did with Marcus, sent him to Copenhagen, and Marcus is at the top of his game, and now tragedy struck. Tina sent her off, and she became at the top of her game, where the dude that she depended on, he couldn't hack it. He sent Richie off, and Richie had a deep resentment about him, because he thought that Carmy was just trying to get rid of him. He didn't know that Carmy believed in him and how good he was with people until Olivia Colman told him. And then he saw, the process, and he saw what it took to step up. Richie wanted his own value, his own worth. What did he bring to the crew? What was his purpose? And he was able to find it in there. But then tragedy struck with him, because everything is going good. And then he found out that his ex-wife, his baby's mother's about to get married to another dude. And it's just tragedy all around. They need to get off work and lay in somebody's chair.
Yeah.
I think the unsung hero too, and I can't remember his name, when Carmy was trying to make it, when he was in New York,
Mhm.
remember his cousin or whatever, she showed up to the family dinner
Yeah.
last season during Fishes
Yeah.
and said, you need to get out of here, come to New York or whatever.
Yeah, she was the
And so when
spark.
he took-
She was the spark.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. But then her husband, I guess, you know, kind of basically tucking Carmy in every night or whatever, just doing the small things. And that's that support system. Like, no one who has ever been great has done it on their own, you know, and the ones who realize that, you know, give the credit where the credit is due. A lot of people is like, you know, I got here on my own and I pulled myself up by my own bootstraps or whatever. But no, all of us need people that believe in us, that got our back, and are willing to go the extra mile to help us achieve something a lot of times that we don't even see in ourselves.
Yeah, I agree. I can certainly understand how some people may feel some kind of way about the start of season 3, and if it maintains this tone, I can certainly understand there'd be a shift in the way people view this. I think for me, I'm a little excited to see the artistry that's involved in the series. I'm curious what you all think in the chat. If this is cool with you with the way that it's going, you know, it certainly wasn't a lot of humor. You know, sometimes the bear has some interesting sneaky humor in the way that it goes about introducing some of his characters. This episode was devoid of that. This was not that. So it may be setting the tone for the rest of the season. Let me know in the chat how you feel about that. Thank you all so much. Rekkai, thank you especially for hopping onto the bear. I know there are many fans of the series that have been here from day one with me and Michael Clare. We're doing this as well. Unfortunately, Michael Clare cannot be a part of this particular series this go around, but that is not to say that there is going to be any fall off regarding your entertainment, because Rekkai is A1. Let me tell you, thank you, Rekkai, so much for stepping in for this. Hey, and also make sure you check out Rekkai's channel as well. He has a excellent way of doing deep dives on content that go to the marrow of things a lot more than, say, my channel does. We kind of like gloss over a couple of things. Rekkai's channel takes you to the bottom of the ocean and seen from his personal perspective. Rekkai, tell the people how they get in contact with you.
You can, he's said that perfectly. You can find my channel, Noop from the Ville, NUPEFROMDAVILLE. I do have a tendency to take movies that I watched, that we watched, TV series, and do a bit of deep dive. What was the reflection? What did I pull from the episode on a personal level? And I kind of intermix that with some personal stories. So it's a bit of a deep dive on the episode itself, but it's also a bit of a reflective therapy, I guess, for me. So, you know, if you enjoy that sort of thing, please make it over to my channel.
Hey, don't let the cool tones fool you. Yo, it's dope. I'm telling you. Head on over there. Make sure you hit that subscription button. Hit the subscription button. If you're a fan of this channel, first time watching with us as we cover season 3, make sure you check out some of the previous seasons 1 and 2. You'll be able to find it real easy on the main channel. Hit that subscription button, and of course, give us a thumbs up, because that's how the people know you're digging what we're giving you. Hey, it's bear season. Episode 1 is down. I think we have 9 more. So this is about to be the start of a very beautiful relationship. And
Hey, before you go, don't forget to tell them about the all-new experience.
Yes. This is perfect. Actually, we have just started Discord. If you want a deeper understanding of the details and the nuances of why we enjoy this thing that we do, consider it like a version of the bear, but in digital form. On the Discord, hop over there. You can talk about memes, you can talk about individual episodes, favorite characters, all of that. It's tons of fun. And the great thing about it is free. Don't worry, there'll be a link in the description. You can get to it quick. Thank you for your time. We'll catch you on next episode. All right, y'all. Take care.